Michelle King with Michelle King Coaching and the Magicking Center. Thanks for joining me today. I thought I'd share a mastery magicking tip with you on that initial yes. When you say yes to your soul's call, when you say yes to your true potential, when you say yes to inspiring greatness within yourself, what typically happens when we take that leap of faith, as I've often mentioned before, is it's inevitable that we get to meet the parts of us that are not in alignment with that vision, with that call, with what we are and being inspired to experience and welcome in our life, rooted in abundance, rooted in wholeness, rooted in vitality, rooted in wealth, rooted in prosperity, all those qualities of nature that we get to align with and embody. So I like to think of this as a lake. I once heard, consciousness explained as, a lake. At the bottom of the lake, it's, muck and, mud and dark. There's not a lot of life or light there. But as you come to the surface, at the very top, that's where the sun or consciousness source shines. You can see that on the surface of the lake, it's shimmering. And that's really where you see people, you have, nature, you've got air, you've got all the elements there, life and vitality, people having fun, people, in conversation and in relationship with another. That's where livelihood exists, right? So if you think about, your soul's call as kind of those qualities at the top of this lake, right? What happens when you say yes to your vision, when you say or make this quantum leap into this new reality, which is where you are already, what happens is you initially think of it as like jumping off of a diving board or jumping into this lake. It's exciting, it's thrilling, it's daunting, it's scary, it's everything, right? And then you land in the water and initially you drop to the bottom, right? So you're there in the muck, you see it, it's dark, you're holding your breath, there's not a lot of life there. Then you start to rise and you get to see kind of where your threshold is, where your norm is, right? But you can see the top of the lake, you can see it, you can feel it, you can sense it, you can, envision it, right? So that I want you to keep in mind with wherever you are on this path, wherever you are in this process, because where you get to meet the parts that are not in alignment with that identity, you're bringing consciousness to it. And you can think about it as like weights dangling down or anchors, right? Holding you down. So when you bring consciousness to each of those aspects, or as a whole, as a unit, you can say, oh, I see that, I've got some weight here, some, anchors that are holding me back from realizing my true potential. I see it, I feel it, I'm willing to let this go, just like what we explored in that last soul immersion masterclass with, the tug of war. And, so you're saying, I see you and I'm willing to let this go, giving it up to my higher mind to be resourced. So it dissipates, it falls away. And what happens when you release the anchors or the weights? You start to rise to the surface and you are completely supported, right? Like the water itself is lifting you. There is an innate aspect of you that is ready to rise, is already willing to go, but it's up to you, free will and grace, right? Will to remove those aspects that are holding you down or weighing you down, and then allow, grace or water or the universe to support you as you come to the surface. So I really just want to highlight that it is absolutely normal when you say yes. And that's why I say making this quantum leap into your new reality, because it is like a jump. You're jumping into this lake of consciousness, right? Of awareness within yourself and experience of life. So you are going to fall into the water, into the depths, into the dark aspects of oneself, to see it, to reveal it, and bring consciousness to that. So you can then, release that with love, with grace, with awareness, with understanding, and direction of knowing, you're saying yes to these soul impulses and desires that are calling out your greatness, that are calling forth, your true potential. And so that you can experience and embody, your creative power to heal, transform, manifest, inspire, and lead in all the ways that you are inspired to. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out at mkingcoaching@gmail.com. I appreciate you. I wish you well. And remember, you are the source of your love, power, and truth.